Hey everyone, welcome back, where we dive deep into the darkest corners of horror cinema. Today, we're breaking down a haunting, post-apocalyptic thriller. Amnesia Nightmare Unveiled. Who's the real monster in this plague? A movie that mixes amnesia, a deadly infection, and shocking betrayals into a desperate fight for survival. This one's a roller coaster of twists, so let's jump right in. The film opens with a man waking up in a massive pit filled with rotting corpses, his heart pounding as he realizes he has no idea who he is or how he ended up there. A mysterious mute woman, who doesn't speak English, helps him climb out of the grim pit, and he follows her to a nearby house where 4 other people are hiding out, a German man and 3 Americans. None of them can remember their identities either, but the mute woman seems to know something about them, even if she can't communicate it. As they settle in, they start recalling random skills. One's good with guns, another knows languages, but their pasts remain a foggy void. They find ID cards for 4 of them. The German is Lucas, and the Americans are Sharon, Nathan, and Michael. The man, with no ID, gets called John Doe, and the mute woman remains an enigma. While searching the house, they spot a calendar with the 18th circled, just 2 days away, though there's no hint of what it means. Things get even creepier when they explore outside and find dead bodies chained to trees, a grim sign of something horrifying in the area. The next morning, John, Sharon, Nathan, and Lucas head out to investigate their surroundings. They find 2 cars and a photo of the 5 of them, but John isn't in it. Lucas accuses John of not belonging, but John suggests he might have taken the picture himself. Later, John and Sharon discover a locked shelter with a terrified child inside, who calls John, Jonah, before shrinking away in fear, leaving John rattled. Meanwhile, Michael hears distant screams and follows them, finding a badly injured man caught in barbed wire. When Michael tries to help, the man turns on him and kills him. John, now Jonah, arrives just in time to take out the attacker, while the mute woman, who was close to Michael, mourns his loss with silent tears. Jonah starts getting hit with violent flashbacks, fragments of a past he can't fully grasp. He and Sharon are suddenly chased by a group wielding axes, barely escaping when their car crosses a boundary marked by 2 hanging corpses, a line their pursuers won't cross. At the same time, Nathan stumbles into a cabin where a woman and her child are chained up, but they're not helpless victims. They, along with a group of zombie-like people, attack him, and he barely makes it out alive. Back at the house, Lucas, who's looking increasingly unwell, finds a video camera with chilling footage. In the clips, Jonah is seen conducting medical experiments on Lucas and others, explaining that a vaccine he developed stops a deadly infection but causes side effects like amnesia and a temporary death-like state. Enraged, Lucas knocks Jonah out, throws him back into the body pit, and attacks the mute woman and Sharon. Sharon fends him off with a shotgun, and the mute woman helps Jonah escape the pit once more. Desperate to get away, Jonah drives off but encounters the child from the shelter again, now with 3 others trying to flee. They insist his name is Jonah and that he's dangerous, then speed off in another car. Jonah searches their abandoned vehicle, finding a medical kit, documents addressed to him, and a photo of him with Sharon, confirming they knew each other before. The fog in his mind clears. He's Dr. Jonah Cook, a scientist working to cure a plague that turns people into violent, despondent ghouls. Sharon, Lucas, and the others were his medical team. A few days ago, while disposing of a corpse in the pit, Jonah was attacked by an infected person, took the vaccine, and fell into the death-like state, explaining his amnesia. The rest of the team took the vaccine as a precaution, which is why they can't remember anything either. Lucas, still infected and losing control, attacks Jonah before he can administer a vaccine dose from the kit, and Lucas dies in the struggle. At dawn, Jonah races back to the house on foot, where Nathan and Sharon have finally regained their memories. A massive swarm of infected ghouls attacks the house, and in a desperate act, Sharon writes a letter to Jonah explaining everything, revealing that the mute woman is immune to the virus that has decimated most of humanity. She's the key to survival. Just then, helicopters arrive, and Nathan recalls a military rescue was scheduled for the 18th. He steps outside to signal them, but the team isn't here to save. They're on a search and destroy mission, and they gun Nathan down as Sharon, the mute woman, and Jonah watch in horror. Sharon and Jonah make a run for it, but an infected woman mortally wounds Sharon. Before she dies, she hands Jonah the letter, though he doesn't read it. Realizing the soldiers will kill him if they find him alive, Jonah takes another dose of the vaccine and climbs back into the pit to fake his death. When he wakes, the mute woman helps him out again, but Jonah, his memory muddled by the vaccine, doesn't realize the letter's importance, and leaves it behind as they flee together into the unknown. And that's where the movie leaves us, a gripping, post-apocalyptic horror that's as much about unraveling the past as it is about surviving the present. What makes this one so compelling is how it layers the mystery of the characters' identities with the ever-present threat of the infection, keeping you guessing about who Jonah really is until the final act. The reveal that the mute woman is humanity's last hope adds a bittersweet note to an otherwise bleak story, while Jonah's tragic arc as a scientist-turned-survivor hits hard. It's a haunting tale of memory, morality, and the cost of survival in a world gone mad, leaving you wondering what lies ahead for Jonah and his silent companion. Thanks for joining me on this recap. I hope you enjoyed breaking down this chilling tale as much as I did. Until next time, stay safe out there.